What is up, ballers? Welcome to the Dennis Ball Show. I am so great to see. It's so great to see everybody tonight. I saw that we already have Nito in the comments saying he's too old to remember the first time he made out to somebody to a record. What song that what it might have been. Nito, we'll try and remember. And Yo-Ya never kissed anyone. And with that note, I'd like to welcome our guest, the amazing Jeremy Shatan. Welcome, Jeremy. How's it going?
Hi, Dennis. Hi, everyone. How you doing?
Happy Good. Friday. We got Captain Love Handles in the house. Yeah. Yes. Epsilon Omega 5. Yes, exactly. For tonight's show. Exactly. Oh my gosh, Georgia Constitution Media. I'm sharing every comment right now. Hey, everybody. It's so good to see everyone. Oh my gosh. What is up? Scummy Mummy. Guys, we're talking about make out records tonight. This show is going to feel a little different because I'm going with the vibe of trying to work with StreamYard instead of trying to force it to submit to my will. So you'll notice that there's all kinds of weird stuff, like the chat is on the little me, etc., etc. And yes, and clapping. There's no clapping, Scummy Mummy. That's correct. There's no clapping, but you know what? And it doesn't matter because we have other cool stuff. Like, for example, I'm going to be playing these cool little songs. As we go through, Jeremy, our makeout records. Quick question. Do you remember when you were young and you were making out with your first ever girlfriend, what record you put on? I thought it would be a good topic. I didn't warn you that we were talking about this, but do you know?
That's true, you did not. And I'm trying to think what music we listened to, what kind of game I had as a teenager. Not a whole heck of a lot. I hate to say it.
Yeah, some of the ones that I'm going to play, that I'm going to talk about today were in my arsenal of early makeout records.
I can say that one of the records in my mix today was one that I listened to for the first time on my Walkman with the Y chord and my girlfriend, now my wife, walking beside me.
Oh, listening
to on Central Park West. So,
that's romantic. That's romantic. What were you listening to? Were you listening to Miles Davis record tapes? Do you remember
Miles Davis? He was in the running, but I don't have him today.
Yeah, I almost put In a Silent Way.
I was thinking of Kind of Blue, but I was trying to be more original than that.
Right, we're okay. And speaking, let's get into it then. Yeah, exactly. I want it to be more original too. So here, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put on our records here. Your very first one, Jeremy, is Isaac Hayes. Here, hold on a second here. There we go.
Hayes.
And once again.
Yes, his 15th album. And, he's one of those artists who I sort of came to gradually. Like as a kid, I knew the Shaft song.
Yeah.
And then I got Hot Buttered Soul a little later on, and my mind was blown. And you start seeing these albums on Polydor, and they're usually $1 or $2 because they're completely looked down upon. They're pretty much discredited. You'll never see more than a 3-star review for them. But it's Isaac Hayes. And if you're
does he get? They're pretty good records. Why does he get such poor reviews, Jeremy?
I don't really know. I think there's a big misunderstanding about what he was trying to do. One thing is he did keep up with the times, and maybe that's looked down upon. But he wasn't going to keep doing what he was doing in 1970 and 1980.
Right.
He's a human being like anybody else, living in the time that he's in. So yes, there's disco on here. There's soul. It's a little glossy. And I think the one thing about Isaac Hayes too is, well, what I say about everybody, if you're a fan, you can always add a star to whatever general rating you see. So a 3-star record to a critic becomes a 4-star record to a fan. Isaac is
Yes.
God, says Jack Sampson. Thank you.
Yes, Jack.
The one thing I'll say about this record is that if you really were going to use the whole album in kind of a makeout session, I might suggest doing side B first, because side B starts with this song called I Ain't Never, Isaac Hayes original. That's like a boogie song. It's a song you dance to. So get the mood going. And the third song on side 2, Love Has Been Good to Us, another original, is also very funky. But on side 1, it starts with this ballad called It's All in the Game, which I just learned has its roots in a 1911 song, Melody Without Words, written by the vice president.
What?
Yes.
The vice president of the United States?
It's All in the Game. It's been a hit over the years, starting in 1958. It was written by Charles G. Dawes, who was vice president of Calvin Coolidge, the only vice president to ever have a hit single.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so it's a really nice ballad. The way Ike does it is beautiful. And then the second track is one of his specialties. Super long. It's like 13 minutes. He starts with one of his raps, Ike's rap 7. And then it goes into this beautiful ballad, which was actually co-written by Gwen Guthrie, who did the great song Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. But it's just like side 1 is like all mood, very romantic. So I would definitely play that, flip it to that side when maybe you move to the couch or
Right. Yes. Yep.
But this was his, like I said, his 15th album, his first album of the 80s. It's really quite good. So
very cool. Good recommendation. Captain Love Handle says in college he romanced a lover to Neil Diamond because she liked it. She liked it. Yeah, Black Moses. All right, hold on a second. Let me pull up my first one here. All right, my first one is Cocko Twins, the Pink Opaque, which was one of my early makeout records. It was, a lot of people go, oh, Bluebell Knoll, or they think this was sort of, to me, seemed like the first one because the other ones came out when I was aware of the band. But this was like the original. And it's kind of gritty, but it's very like a goth. It was like, to make out with young goths. Seriously, hold on. Let me try and get some good music going on for it.
Dennis Ball's Misspent Youth. You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly. Making out to young goths to the Pink Opaque. But the Cocko Twins, as you know, probably Scottish band, and it's like a drum machine. And Robin Guthrie's the guitarist, and he's got layers and layers of guitar on there.
Great guitarist. His stuff with Harold Budd is gold.
Yes, amazing. And Elizabeth Fraser, who of course you may know from Teardrop, the Massive Attack.
One of the great
super hits. Yeah, one of the great voices. You can't really tell what she's saying, but then sometimes she
has to sing in English for Massive Attack, but on her own
is she singing in English on Cocko Twins records? I thought, or is she just making up noises?
I think it's just syllables. It sounds a little like Welsh, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, okay. But it is a great record, Ballers, and it's actually on sale right now on Amazon for like $19 and some change. So it's a good get if you want an entree into the Cocko Twins. And so that being said, let's move on to your next one, Jeremy. Oops, hold on a second. Not that one, but Brian Ferry's Boys and Girls.
Well, I think the cover kind of says it all, don't you think?
It does. There's something off about the color balance on it, though. I don't know what, you know what I mean? But it's like it should pop more. But yes, it's very sexy.
And then it kind of comes with two covers because if you flip it over, it says Brian Ferry on the back too.
Yes, I noticed that, and I didn't know if that was the back of the record or like an inner sleeve. I noticed it was like a different.
In some countries, I think this was the front cover. So,
okay.
I think maybe they were just saving a little money on the printing because they could just glue it a different way.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of cool because it's a different version of the photo.
Right. The great thing about this, well, he's not on the cover at all. And then and then he's on the back cover. So the thing about this album is that when I was in college, Avalon was all the rage.
Yes.
But I never actually owned that in college. I didn't get it till CD era, but it really got me into Brian Ferry. And I started buying all the solo albums, the old ones, used. And then this came out. This was the first Brian Ferry product of any kind that I bought brand new. And I had not heard any of it. Maybe I heard Slave to Love on the radio.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away. It's definitely
I don't know this album. What's the feel like?
This is the thing. If you like Avalon, in many ways, this is a continuation of Avalon, but it's
right.
It's a little more bass heavy. It's a little funkier. It's a little more like defined rhythmically.
Club oriented, you think?
What's that?
Was it getting more club oriented?
Yeah, I think so. In fact, I actually have a 12-inch. One of the songs on here is Don't Stop the Dance. I have a 12-inch of like a dub mix of Don't Stop the Dance that I used to put on all my party tapes because it really it's got like a breakdown in it. And
so it's for like kind of having a little private party at home with your girlfriend and rocking out.
Good, but it's like Avalon, even though it is funkier and sort of a little more dynamic, it's still very moody. And it's got a lot of glossy textures and like floaty things. And of course, he's got one of the ultimate romantic voices. And just the subject matter, Slave to Love, Windswept, Don't Stop the Dance, Sensation, Valentine. There's even a song called Valentine, which is like kind of a little, and then there's Stone Woman, which is like a little reggae song. And Brian Ferry doing reggae. Yeah, it's pretty sexy.
Oh, that's cool. Epsilon Omega 5 says best makeout record Amnesiac by Radiohead, specifically Pull.
Yeah, that I'd like to know that story, but maybe you can't tell.
Yes, they will not explain, he says.
So yeah, when I got this record, I made a tape of it and I put it in my Walkman. The first time I listened to the whole thing was with my girlfriend walking down Central Park West to go have margaritas on Broadway. So. Oh,
and you guys had like with the split headphone thing?
I had the Y cable. I plugged that in, and then you could plug 2 sets of headphones into your Walkman.
Oh man, that is romantic.
This was high tech stuff back then.
That is,
but it was very, very romantic. Walking down the street, listening to it, and we both loved the record.
District 13 Inkwell says Hendrix is Electric Ladyland, which I have to say I really do agree with that.
I like that idea a lot.
yeah, exactly. It's just really, it is like you say, if you're going to say moody, and it's very atmospheric, and it's
I should be
extremely sensual record. All right, let me go into my next one here, which is Slowy and the Boats Set Sail, which is on High Tide Records. It's a more recent 2021. Slowy and the Boats. I don't know a lot about the band, frankly. I think they're from the tri-state area, but they're older dudes, and they play these Hawaiian tinged songs that are a throwback to like the lounge era, and they're extremely chill. This is on Sea Fog vinyl. There is a link. There are links to all these in the description.
Nice.
This record is extremely good. I mean, it just for being at the beach or wanting to feel like you're at the beach, and it is extremely romantic as well. I mean, I think that it would be sort of for a afternoon delight sort of a situation, maybe if you were had sunlight streaming in and you could hear waves through the window. It's absolutely there's no vocals. No, it's like it's all instrumental with with leads, like a steel lead or it's extremely good and extremely chill. I highly recommend checking it out, and you can listen to it for free, I'm sure, on YouTube.
Or Spotify.
Hi. Yes, or Spotify. Hi, Corey. How you doing?
At least they get their pennies.
Slave to Love. I don't know what that song that is, Jack.
That's from Boys and Girls, from the Brian Ferry.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of a hit, Bob. I can't believe you didn't hear it.
I don't know. I was not obviously tuned into it. I'm like trying to go through these comments to see. Yeah, the Polk Pole. Yes, exactly. I will not explain. Yeah, ambient music is good. Zito says, I agree. Yeah, I actually almost put Aphex Twins ambient volume 1. Yeah, don't forget to like. Thanks, Scummy Mummy. I appreciate that, man. All right, but yeah, Slowy in the Boats. Seriously, check it out. All right, let's go to Jeremy's next one, which is Holly Cook.
Holly Cook. It's not from 2000 though. It's from.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, 2018.
2018. This might be a new pressing or something. It was on their Bandcamp.
Oh, but 2018. It's actually on Merge Records, and it's from 2018.
Oh, that must be a mistake on my part. I didn't update. So yeah, Merge Records 2018. But let me tell you guys something. It's the Bandcamp. I'll let you talk in a second, Jeremy. Link is in the description, and it's Bandcamp Friday. So if you buy this record, right, and this record is quite affordable. It's less than $20 on her Bandcamp. If you buy this today, she will get the entire profit from it because it's Bandcamp.
And maybe they still have some of these bad boys on there.
Yeah, they do. It's $19. It ships from England, so you probably have to pay for the mail. But anyway, go on, Jeremy. Tell us about the record. I'm not familiar with it.
Well, Holly Cook, everyone should be familiar with. Holly Cook, this was her third album of what she calls tropical pop. She is actually music royalty. Her father is Paul Cook of the Sex Pistols.
Oh, wow.
And she sang a little bit in the Slits with Ari Up.
Okay.
But she's been making these fantastic records. They're kind of a mix of lovers rock and rocksteady and pop. She has this beautiful high voice. I've been listening to her for almost
reggae?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's kind of a reggae sound, but it's very, very light. And this song subjects are often about like personal growth, romantic relationships. So it really works in this context. It's just very, very sweet, smooth, uplifting. It'll make your day better no matter what. Sounds especially good in the summer, though, I have to say. And one of the things I love about this record in particular is that it was produced by Youth. Do you know who Youth is?
No.
Youth he was a founding member of Killing Joke, and then he became a producer. He produced things like Bananarama and worked with Paul McCartney.
Yep.
And not only is he on this record, but he also got Ja Wobble from Public Image Limited on here. So I like to call this record Post-Punk's Reggae Revenge.
Wow.
But she is just a great songwriter. She put out an album. Last year it was just a dub album, but the year before it was another great album. Mm-hmm. I obviously have to update this Wikipedia here because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But she is just one of the best artists of the 21st century.
Very cool.
I cannot recommend her more highly. I just love Holly Cook, and I was so disappointed that she played in New York last year, and I got COVID. I couldn't go.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
that's an absolute bummer.
One time I got COVID. I still have not seen her live. I've missed her like 3 times in New York already.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
You got to get to Holly Cook though. So good.
Yeah, Holly Cook. All right, I have 2 actually because I didn't time this well. I should have let you go first. All right, hold on a second here. My next one is Enas Watermark, which I wasn't going to do because I thought it was too obvious, but then I realized 1989 was a long time ago. And a lot of people probably don't know that was this record. It's incredible. The song Orinoco Flow was a huge hit. It's basically, it's the whole ambient, lush genre of her music. Her music kicked off a genre, I would say, or the popularity of one at least. Irish musician, It's a lot of programmed stuff. She layers her voice over and over and over again. She sings all the parts. And this record was her second, and it's her best. Her first one's really good too, but this is her second, and it's her best in my opinion.
Mhm.
But I used to make out with my girlfriend to this in her mom's basement. Her mom had a basement. There was like a couch down there, and we would like
Tried
make out
and
to this.
true. You know, I don't
And
think I know anybody who bought that record, believe it or not, even though it was a huge hit.
I had a tape of it.
None of my friends bought it. I don't think I've ever heard the whole thing, to tell you the truth.
It's good. Storms in Africa is great. There's a few songs that don't have a clear like vocal lead. It's more like these rhythmic sonic motions that she's doing with her voice, and it's like literally hundreds of overtracked voices. I mean, it's very of its time.
Yeah.
You know, so but I definitely recommend checking out at least like Orinoco Flow, and she's cool. And then my last one, guys, is where is it here? Hold on. Straight Out the Cat Litter Scoop 2, Catskills Records, 2007. Okay, stick with me. Stick with me, okay? This is a group of Manchester / London musicians that got together and producers that got together and made this record label to release their stuff. Like maybe half of it is down tempo and chill. Almost all of it's almost entirely instrumental. There's one song. The first song, "The Woman in Blue" by let's see, let me hold on a second. Let me look at my list here. The first song it is all the vocals are comprised entirely of Nina Simone samples. I mean, it's very like sensuous, and it is like one that you would hang out to, and you could be hanging. It's not super chill right off the bat, but the third and fourth song are like amazing. I have a link to the like a YouTube playlist of this compilation, which is hard to find now. Like I'm going to get it on vinyl, but I have the CD, but I couldn't find it today before. But so I listened to it on YouTube. But I'm going to get the record of it, but I'm going to have to buy it. You know, like on Discogs from Europe, and there's not very many for sale. But it's okay. The song. Let me just real quick. "Salt" by Feature Cast is the song that is so good that I was like, I have to mention this because. And then I listened to it, and I'm like, this is a makeout record. It's a great makeout record. It's a hip makeout record. It's a hangout record, and then making out. But it's very it's good. Now, what were you going to say, Jeremy? Are you familiar with the label?
No, I'm not. But it did make me think about lo-fi. You know what lo-fi is?
Yes, yeah. It's like pre-lo-fi.
So it's not low fidelity anymore. It's this kind of groovy ambient jazz thing that's been going on for the last couple of years. It was actually my niece who told me about it. She was like, "We're really into lo-fi music," and I was like, "You mean like badly recorded, scratchy stuff like the High Sheriffs of Blue?" And she's like, "What are you talking about? I have no idea what you just said." And then I said, "Well, what are you talking about?" And she sent me this playlist called Lo-Fi Girls Favorites on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's 200 songs. It's 8 hours and 19 minutes. And here's the thing: if you're in the midst, you don't necessarily want to have to get up and flip a record over. And
right.
I'm not saying
it's true.
So
That's
an
true.
8-hour playlist, you know, I'm just saying.
And what is it? What is it? What is lo-fi? What is it? Is it? You said it's jazzy. It's a jazz break.
It's kind of like ambient jazzy pop
break beats.
It's hard to describe. None of the artists they're all kind of nameless, faceless. But
right.
It's really best enjoyed in a playlist like this.
Right.
So if you look it up on Spotify, it's called Lo-Fi Girls Favorites. Like I said, it's 8 hours long. I don't think I've ever listened to the whole thing, but once in a while I'll stick it on. And it's very chill, like you said, very chill. But it's got a rhythmic pulse to it, which I think is a good thing for what we're talking about.
That's cool. Yeah, this is very, this record, Straight Out the Cat Litter, Scoop 2. There's a Scoop 1, there's a Scoop 3 and 4. And you can find them on Discogs, but they have a band camp, and it's run by the musicians. So again, I have a link to the Bandcamp in the description. It's Bandcamp Friday today. If you buy this collection or any of their collections, it'll directly support the musicians that made the mixes, and they'll get the full amount of money. Yeah, totally. So in any case, here, let me get back to my other screen so that I can get back into normal mode.
Omega 5 does not like lo-fi. That's cool. It's not my favorite either, but it's there when you need it.
Yeah, let's go through some of the comments because I have been pretty bad about that. I'm sorry, you guys. Yes. Let's see here. Popone, yeah, music's good. I bought the new Felice Brothers album on Bandcamp Friday today. Very good, Captain Love Handles. What format did you buy it in? Did you just buy the digital? Did you get vinyl? What'd you do? I'm curious to know. Let's see.
I got a single today for Bandcamp Friday.
I need to get the new Telenova album. I know I need a Telenovela album. I need to get one too. I'm going to actually do that after the show. I challenge everybody to do that, actually. If there's something on Bandcamp you've been wanting to buy, go buy it. Just buy one record. Yeah, anything with black cats on the cover. Yeah, I might go buy. There's a Messer Chups album I wanted to buy. The Russian surf band. I've been so, and I was as I was telling Jeremy before the show, I just got tickets to see Reverend Horton Heat with Surfragettes opening, the all-girl surf band, who are awesome.
Did I ever tell you about Les Jaguars?
No, tell me about them.
You might. They're also an all-female surf rock band from Canada. You should check them out. They're pretty good.
I will. These guys are from Canada too, so they probably know each other.
Maybe there's a movement there of surf rock.
Yeah, there is.
That's so weird.
And the label.
Oh, the Surfragettes?
Surfragettes. Like suffragettes, but surfragettes. And they're great. And I should have a slide for them. But and they're supporting Reverend Horton Heat. So that'll be a great show. And then Baby Ball wanted to go see Cypress Hill for his birthday. So I got tickets to see
wow. Cypress. I didn't even realize they were touring.
So yeah, Cypress Hill with Far Side and Souls of Mischief. And I was like, Souls of Mischief has Del the Funky Homo Sapien in it. You might hear Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina, Mr.
Do you think that Running Away by the Far Side is the saddest hip hop song of all time?
Oh, yes. I do. I do. Digital, says Captain. It is sad. Running. I know.
But there's not a lot
Running away. Yeah, it's great. That's great, and then 93 to Infinity, obviously. It'll be a great show. Ballers, have a great weekend. Love you guys. Tell you want to say something. Yeah.
I do just want to pour one out, not literally, but for Wayne Kramer, the guitarist from the MC5, whose twin lead attack with Fred Sonic Smith defined the sound of their proto-punk hard rock sound. He died today at the age of 75. It's very sad.
That is sad.
One of Motor City's greatest bands. MC5 stands for Motor City 5. And they were actually the mentors to the Stooges. So the fact that we have the Stooges, we can also thank the MC5 who saw the Stooges as their baby brothers and showed them the ropes and how to get gigs and put on concerts and stuff like that.
I did not know that. I wish I had been prepared. I would have had pictures for all this.
Yeah, if you like rock and roll, you need to have all 3 MC5 albums, but especially Kick Out the Jams, the live.
Kick Out the Jams.
And if you go to YouTube and you go to Wayne Kramer's YouTube channel, he had one. There's some incredible footage. The man was just an on fire performer. He wasn't even the lead singer in the band, but he could just take over the stage. He could dance a little like James Brown, and just he kind of tossed his guitar around like it was a toy while still ripping off these ridiculous lead lines. Just one of the greatest ever to do it. So farewell, Wayne Kramer.
Yeah, so MC5,
Oh.
kick out the jams.
Captain Love Handles, good call. Stories
Hold
Up
on a
High,
second.
very good record.
Well, hold on a second. Stories Up High by Lainey Jones.
Yeah, she's really
okay.
She's
okay,
really
good one. See you guys at Toylanta. Yeah, Captain Love Handles will be at Toylanta in Atlanta, which is a toy convention. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you happen to like toy collecting and so forth, and you go to Toylanta, look for Captain Love Handles, who will be there in the flesh. It's amazing. Yeah, I know. In Captain Love Handles has a superhero suit and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's very exciting.
It's
All right, everyone.
YouTube.
It's not. Yeah, it's not just YouTube. No, it's real. It's real. All right, ballers. Have a great weekend. Love you all. Peace out. Good night.
Bye, everyone.